G'day everyone, welcome back to this month's Two More Ways project turning challenge. And this month I was very excited and have been for a little while to give Ronald Kane's watering canteen a try. And Brad Nabond and myself, which I'll link Brad's video down below, as well as Ronald Kane's video, where all the inspiration of turning this watering canteen came from. So I really hope you enjoy the video. It is a multi-step video and it is a lot longer than my normal videos, and I have tried to cut a lot of the fluff out of the video to make it more streamlined for someone else out there that wants to give this project a go. And if you do happen to give this project a go, link it on Instagram and use the hashtag 2moreways, and we'll all join together and share our thoughts and what we sort of struggled with along the way. So please do that and we'll find you there. But in the meantime, I am going to measure how much is actually in this, and the thread chasers. Oh, that was a learning curve. How much is actually inside our canteen. So I hope you enjoy the video. See you directly. Alrighty, so we're ready to go and I've got all my pieces cut here. I've got 2 pieces of American walnut, one for the spout and one for the threaded insert. Stop the water coming out of the canteen. I've got 2 pieces of tallow wood here, extremely hard, dense Australian hardwood. These will be for the details on either side. And this is a piece of red stringy bark, and this will be our main canteen body to hold the liquids. I've already pre-drilled the hole, so I'm going to get this down and rough it down into a blank canvas so we're ready to go to start shaping it up and marking up for a tenon on the back. So I'm pretty happy with that, but the one thing, because this is a type of eucalyptus, it has to be crack free. And if anyone has any experience in drying eucalyptus, it's extremely hard to do. You just have to take your time. Going to mark up for our tenon here. Sorry. Our mortise, 5mm 3/16 parting tool. If I want to clean that bit up in there, I'm just going to cut back this way. Just a skewer chisel here, I'm just going to clean that corner up just there. Right, now I'm going to take this off the lathe and reverse it around. Shark jaws. Hope you all enjoyed that video I made about the all the different chucks that I use. Now I'm going to expand these set of jaws in there, like so. Should be running nice and true. Now this is the fun bit, so I'm going to clean up the front of this face now, mark up for our insert, create a mortise, and then I will hollow out the inside. It's a pretty cool project. Back to the 19. Back to the parting tool. Switching gears to a 16mm woodcut bowl gouge, sharpened to 45 degrees. Just going to do a little dry check. Yeah, we'll be right. We'll be able to get in there. So this is the Woodcut Tools swan neck piece. And this is the smallest sort of hollowing tools that I have. So I've just switched heads to this scraper here. I just want to show you what it looks like. So I can get right in around the back of this section of the wall there, and then I can get right out to here as well, and just give it a nice little scrape off, so we can fit plenty of fluids in there. Headstock back around. So what we have to do now is we've got our measurement here for the opening of this mortise. We need to make the tenon. So I'm just going to quickly take the whole piece off the lathe here. And now I need something that's going to hold the inserts. I'm just going to use this chuck here. Wind it out. All right. Now these were going to be platters because it's quarter sawn material, where the as you all know, the grain sits horizontally. Clean it up. Back to the 19mm Thompson. A bit more. Just going to clean this a little bit here. Just going to mark it with our verniers. You can see there. Just got to keep it real simple and use the parting tool again. Now I want this, when I cut it, to be on a taper. So this is the way it is on the lathe. I want it to be on a taper like that, the actual insert. And Ronald Kane emphasised that point as well. So you want it to go in like a plug, like a wine cork. A wine cork's tapered. Anyway, you know what I mean. It needs to be tapered, so that will give a really nice, snug, airtight fit. But we are going to use glue, and I will go about it the long way and use waterproof chopping board glue that they use on chopping boards, or the chopping board people. Nah, I was trying there for a while. I was hopeful. I was very hopeful. I was like, oh, maybe. But negative. Take this down a bit. Do another little test fit. Oh, and you couldn't hope for a better fit than that, I reckon. That is on there severely. That is holding that chuck as well, if you can see that. I'm not trusting it entirely, but you can see that there. So that looks really good. And one thing that I forgot to mention earlier is when I did cut this portion here, I made sure it was nice and clean on cutting that there, because the outside piece just here, if it's not clean and it's sort of raggedy, and it's a raggedy a fair way down, yeah, it's just a nightmare. So that's one little thing. So that's that bit done. Just going to take this chuck off, bring back our main body here. Right, so I've got the Jacobs chuck in here now. So I'm just going to drill a hole in the middle of this piece now. And I'm going to let you think for a bit. If you haven't seen Ronald Kane's video, I'm going to let you think for a little bit as to why I just did that. I'm going to keep you on the simmer. Get that out there. put him, where's my key? I always put the key back in there so I don't lose anything. So put things back where they belong, Keza. All right, so I'm all set now to start shaping the top of this lid off. I reckon I'm going to shrink that down a little bit more, that little stub up in here, and then I'll take the tailstock away. Oh, oh. I thought it was, oh, I thought it just came off. Trust your join, Keza. Okay, so let's sand this side. Now we're here. And now you're probably wondering why I drilled that hole in the back. So put that in there. Oh, it's the little things in life, isn't it? Oh, that's awesome. And now we're going to expand these jaws, fit them into the back of our mortise that we created earlier. 16mm gouge. It looks weird, I'm telling you. It doesn't look right. Just remembering that I've got those shark jaws on the other side. I don't want to hit them because that would not be fun at all. Alrighty, so we're all ready for the glue up on this side. I'll just talk to you as I'm going here. I've got a board, got my cloth, got Titebond wood glue, waterproof, interior, exterior, exactly what we need for this project. Not that I'm a chopping board kind of guy, so I went to the experts. I'm just going to use my finger here, make sure I've got plenty on there. And I've got my Jacobs chuck just here, and I'm going to put the pressure up against the face of this. I've probably got way too much. Everyone at home's just going, oh. Now I've got to line up the grain to make sure I'm getting it smack bang in the middle. And I did that before. I think I like it that way, personally. Excuse my head for a sec. Slip that in there nicely. And now I'm going to repeat this process on the other side. Before I do that, I'll talk to you about the finish that I'm going to use. That's just water, bit of cloth. I'm going to bring this up now, and now I'm going to place pressure onto this piece until I see that glue sort of popping out a bit there, and I'm just going to lock it all off like that, wipe up the excess. The other side looks really good. Now I'm going to leave that overnight and come back, seal the inside, and the sealer that I'm going to use is this stuff here, 2K Pure Coat. It's a super high gloss, hard wearing, rollable application, non-yellowing, enhances surface, food safe when cured. I will look up when it's fully cured. It's probably like a month or something, but that'll be perfect for the inside of this vessel. So I've just mixed up the finish now. I'm just going to use a sponge. This is the lid that's going to go on that piece there, so I'm just going to coat that up first because I want that to all be sealed, because once I enclose it I won't be able to get back to it. So I'll just do that now. I'm just going to rub this on. I'm going to apply 2 coats of this finish. So I'll show you this first coat here, and then don't drop the lid, Kez. I think we'll just pour it into there like so, and then just start swirling it all the way around on the inside. I'm going to put it back on the lathe and then run it really slowly, and that way it'll continually move that finish around all the way around the piece, just so that the oil doesn't go hard and pool in one spot or down onto the lid. So it's future Kez here. Just wanted to point out, to save you some time, this insert as well as that insert are turned and inserted the exact same way. So I just wanted to cut that out because it's just a time saver for you in the end. So let's get back to the video. Last night I glued the other section on. You didn't miss out on much. And now I've just sanded quickly back that glue. And now I'm going to do a finish with the pure tung oil, wet sanded. This is at 240 grit at the moment, so I'm going to start wet sanding at 400, moving all the way up to 600 grit. So let's do that. I might have to do a little bit of 240 on that top bit actually, so let's do that first. Just saw a few blemishes. I will coat the front as well whilst I'm here. But watch this, watch how it just makes it sing. That two-tone contrast just looks awesome. How cool is that? All hardwood, all Australian. Can't go wrong. So now I'm going to find center very lightly, which is right there, with my pencil. I'm going to get down and I'm going to line up where I think those grain lines are looking neat and sort of horizontal. Just doing it by eye. Now I'm just going to mark up the top here. Right. Just a faint, it's all very faint lines at the moment. 41 mil, so geez, been very accurate here. And my pencil just broke. That's just great, but I've got a mark there, cool. Let's go over to the drill press now and we'll drill our hole for the spout. Get into it. And we are through. Alrighty, as you can imagine, that was pretty daunting, but we are all the way through now, looking really cool. Now we have to make the mouthpiece and the stopper. Let's dial up the heat a little bit, and I watched a few videos of Mike Peace and Sam Angelo, and they like using thread chasers, and the only ones that were locally available right now, ready to go, were the Robert Sorby the Robert Sorby thread chasing kit, and I bought the 16 TPI kit. I purchased this with my own coin from Carbotech down the road from me, not sponsored by any means at all, okay? So This is the internal thread that you cut, and this is the external thread that you cut. It comes with this cool little measuring gauge as well, which I think's pretty rad. So it measures the internal there, and then you set your thread, your 16, sorry, it's on 20. Let's go here. And then you set your 16, so that'll be the external measurement there. So that's how that works. I'm pretty excited. Let's get into it. Enough talking, but who doesn't like buying new tools, right? The wife loves it. Righto friends, I'm not going to insult your intelligence. This was the first go at doing the mouthpiece. You can see there the shape of that concave, the way it tapers down. This goes into the water bottle, and that convex shape just in here allows your lip to rest in there like so. This is the similar design to Ronald Cane. I really liked it. This was American walnut, and it didn't work out because the thread chasers just kept chewing the timber out. Didn't work. I have been told lignum vitae, boxwood, and there's a few other species, I'll put them on the screen, that are really suitable for thread chasing. That didn't work. Now the second time I went to make the piece was out of Gidgee, Australian Gidgee. It's a very hard, dense Australian hardwood. We'll still be able to use this section here for the bolt that goes in, the stopper. Similar shape, but as you can see, when I went to twist it on, it formed a little crack that I didn't see, and then it cracked it open. So you can't have a water bottle with a cracked mouthpiece. Now I've got this unknown species on the lathe here at the moment. I've just ripped it down to round. You already know what that looks like, just ripping a square bit of stock down to round. I've got the drill bit mounted up in the lathe, ready to go. This is an inch drill bit, and I'm just going to drill the hole and just try and thread this. So I'm documenting it just in case it works. If it doesn't, it's trial number 4. So, okay. Let's have a look at the threads. Make sure we haven't got huge tear out. But what we do have is a crack. Just going to quickly part that bit off. Righto, so from here we've got our round stock. We need to round the opening here. We need to round that. So curve it, come down, and then I also need to put a little rebate here, relief cut, so the tool can travel down and not butt out on the end or anything like that. It's got somewhere to travel into, a bit of waste material comes out, and the last tooth can ride along the timber to create the thread. So it goes in like that, come out like so. Let's do that. So I'm just going to drill that hole. This is for the opening. I can't see any cracks on the surface of this, so hopefully it works out. Now I need a rebate in the bottom of there. So I've just noticed that the hole, when I drilled it, the drill bit must have moved around when I was drilling it. So I'm just going to have to straighten up this wall now. I'm just going to start threading. And that is looking quite nice. The threads are holding. There's a little bit of tear out just here. I'm just going to put a little bit of wax on the inside. And then I'm just going to give them a quick clean. Back down to 200. Let that go over the piece a bit there, not on my lathe. Cool. Just going to hit it with a little bit of accelerator just to help speed things up. So these next couple of passes I want to make them slow and very deliberate, just to cut that bit of CA glue back. Alright, so those threads, I don't know what this material is, but they look really nice. That actually looks better than the hardwood that I had before, the Gidgee. And it's got this really beautiful figure. Look at that. So now I'm going to shape this up. So I've got the opening for the top of the water bottle set. So we'll mark that in there, but I just want to get the depth first. And I think I'll have to use another tool. We'll just use a pencil. So that goes all the way down. So that hole must be all the way through nearly, down to the bottom there, so that's okay. So we can part it off, just for example, we can part it off here, but then we need to know the distance of the widest hole, which is there. So mark him there. And this just gives us a point so we can work down to it. Just going to give it a light sand here. So all you need to do is use these two here for the internal, make it a snug fit, tighten up this little nut here and the one on the opposite side just there, and then we have our size for our external that goes into the thread here, the sort of the male into the female thread, and we've got our TPI set there for 16. So then when we drop it down over the top, it's ready to go. Let's part this off. Now I'm not going to go all the way through, but I am going to go just for now, I'm going to go on the angle now. I'll explain that in a minute. Cool. The reason why I didn't go flat there is because I figured I want water to flow into it, and I didn't want it to be sort of just flat. I wanted to have a bit of a flow to it, so I just angled the parting tool on the angle there, just to part it on the angle. That's my train of thought for that one. Now I'm just going to quickly clean this up here. Bit of 120 grit sandpaper. Just clean up that rough bit, because I could imagine you don't want to be having a drink and then that goes in your mouth. Let's give this a test run. Get our water bottle. Cool. That's what we're after there. Awesome. So let's get this guy out. Get our failed bit of gidgee. Put that back in there. Just going to part that off. Little bit of vibration there. Might just use the square end scraper here, just to sort of get it running bang on. Yeah, that looks a bit better there, hey. Cool. So now we're going to use our gauge to get the thickness for the male thread here. Make sure we're still on 16 there. Right. Just going to get our depth of thread that we have in the base here. Oh, not far off, Keza. Don't you like it when that stuff happens? When you're only like a couple of mil out. It's a good feeling. I think anyway. Right. Mark that on there. I also need to create that rebate again as well. Yeah. Thin parting tool now, create that gap. Just going to use the CA glue again on this, just because it worked well for us before on the internal. Get that going around there. Bit on there like that. Just a little bit of paper towel here and just sort of work the lumps and bumps out of it. Ah, I forgot to do something. I need to round this corner here. Just need to shave this corner off. Right. So this is where we're at now. We've rounded that edge, created our sort of rebate there, ready to go. And we're going to get stuck into this piece, and it's all in a circular motion, they reckon. So it's all in a come down and then find your way down the thread. So yes. And as it says here in the instructions, we cannot stress enough the importance of practice to arrive at perfect thread cutting. And don't I know that one by now. And more practice is... So we'll just do a little practice run. Every time I strike that initial bit here, I try and line up the teeth. Put a bit of wax on there. See if that makes a bit of a difference to our cutting. It's going to bring the RPMs up to 196. And if anyone out there is like me, the old patience is not one of your strong personality suits, buy some threading tools, because it'll teach you. Oh, bugger. Bit more of a gap there. Getting a bit over, not having enough room to finish the thread. Dial this lathe back down. Bit of an experiment. I'm going to use the Triple E Ultra Shine. It's a cut and polish, which has wax in it as well, obviously. Just going to give it a go. Put a bit of this on there. Instead of just using the Canuba wax before, this would be more of like a better fit for this, I would think, but we'll give it a go. So 183 RPMs. Hopefully this is the last one. Stop it. Stop it. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's bottomed out now, so I need to cut this bit off here. So in the instructions here under G, is when you are satisfied that the external thread fits the internal, the curved waist can be removed. Right, so the curved waist, this section down here. So we got 1, 2, 3. Get the parting tool and do a little bit more in here. It's all trial and error at this stage, my apologies, but this is why these challenge sort of project videos are great. They get me right out of my comfort zone to try different things. So I screw that on, like so. And then I've still got a bit of a gap there. Why is this so? Oh no. Wait. I just don't want to tighten it too much because this is what happened before. But okay, stop there. Okay, so that's where, okay, so this is the furthest we've come up the top here now. And that feels really nice. Oh, goodness. Just a little bit, one more little bead here. Get any gunk out of there. Lid. Hopefully the last test fit. Perfect. I'm going to make a little mark, a little groove in there for a rubber washer, rubber gasket here. Alrighty, so I just went down the road and purchased this little kit here of O-rings, and I'm looking at this one here that I think we'll be able to slot into our little spot just here, so when the water bottle lid comes up, it meets it and forms a really tight seal. The struggle was real. When I put this on, it meets it and forms that really cool seal in there, so water can't come out. Now I need to just shape this. I'm just going to round it. And yes, this is very daunting. I sort of need this back on so then I can tell how far down I can go. There. There. Down like that. Why do I bother with that one for when I can just go like this? Like that. Just round this over. Happy with that. I'm just going to take this off before I hit it with the gouge there. So use it on the side. Come in here a bit more. Just a quick little buff off on the mop. Alright, so I've just got this set up on that side and another sanding setup with the Jacob's chuck on the right hand side. Some paper towel over the top. I've got the wood glue here ready to go, and I'm going to set the mouthpiece because this will be my vise or my I'm going to add a little bit to the mouthpiece as well, just below the line that I've got there. You can see where I've tested it already, the vise setup. Just going to put a little bit here. Bring up the tailstock ever so slightly here. This project has been a monster. Alrighty, I'm still here and we've come to the after action report in the video, and I hope this isn't making someone want to go to the bathroom, but I'll put it over here for a little bit. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed this project. It was a test of patience, and as well as it was 5 times trying to turn those threads. But in the end, I'm so happy that I took the time to try my hand at thread chasing. I've never done it before. And I was really happy to give that a go, and that I did actually spend the time to try and really find timbers around my workshop. Even though this mouthpiece is still unknown, someone in the comments, please let me know what your thoughts are, what it might be. But in the end, I was just super chuffed with the way it turned out. Super watertight, and I can't complain. And the mouthpiece still works an absolute treat, even though there has been water coming in there. Some lessons learnt that I want to take away along there as well is I did sand the inside. I didn't bother showing it, but I did sand the inside very lightly. It didn't really need a lot because of the hardwood. It was cutting so cleanly. So I only hit it with 120 and then 180 grit and just left it. And then that polyurethane film of finish really just coats it and leaves a really nice finish. So one more thing before I show you how much water's in our watering canteen, or how much it can hold, is just feeling pretty blessed that we have the tools that we have, the sharpening systems, the jigs, the lathes, because I don't know how they would have done this back in the day. It would have just been with all hand tools and scoops and just brute force. So just feeling, yeah, we've got all our modern technology and finishes that have been refined over time as well to make them better and last longer. So yeah, just feeling grateful for what we have nowadays. And these old school projects are really cool items to try your hand at, and just wanted to say thanks so much, Ronald Kane, for making that video and putting it out there for us young turners to try our hand at. So thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do this watering bottle or canteen without your input and without you making the video. So cheers, mate. And thank you, Brad, for being my partner in crime along the way and making these videos. So cheers, mate. So the verdict, I know you're all keen. I'll just let that settle there. And we have 800 mil of water that we can go exploring with around in the woods. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate your time, and I will talk to you and see you all directly. Cheers. You beauty.